Hi everyone, it's me Justina. Welcome back or welcome to Investigative Sophism. Let me dive into today's topic, which is, are you protecting your energy and are you protecting your mind? That might be a known concept to you, but I think it's always good to talk about it. And I have to admit that I got inspired to record this episode because I got my Spotify Wrapped, right? The yearly report from, that sounded very official, from Spotify, and I could see my favorite podcasts this year. And I look at them, and I thought, you know what? This is really good. This is like, I'm very proud. I have shows on podcasts on health, mental health, neuroscience, personal development, just something that I find very interesting and presented in an engaging way, something that has created a lot of value in my life this year and before even. And I thought, yeah, that's very important, isn't it? All these small things, those atomic habits, those things on a daily basis or weekly basis, whatever, that we might not see the cumulative effect of, but that's why I have to kind of pause and reflect on that to see if that serves us or doesn't. So your consumption, right? Books, podcasts, maybe what kind of music you listen to, social media, but also what kind of people we spend time with. That's so important, right? And that does affect so much of, how we are, how we show up, and things like our habits and our emotional states, like what we focus on. Even our self-image can be affected, right? There's so many things. And that's why I think it's so important to be careful, to be vigilant. Because it's very easy to let various things that really don't serve us slip through that filter if we don't adjust it. And I'm not telling you to, not consume entertainment or don't, not get any rest and play, because that is very important. And hey, am I rewatching The Office and Parks and Rec? Once in a while I am, obviously, but I'm also very careful, and I want to open my mind. I want to put good things into it. And I want you to do the same, or I'd like to invite you to do the same if you're not doing that already. Because I think on a deeper level, it's not just, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, but what kind of person do I want to be? How I want to show up, how I want to see the world, what I want to bring to the world. And these are not only big things, right? These are also the small things that we do, that we consume on a daily basis. And I have to say, I'm visiting my old friends now at the moment, so having lots of cool conversations about life and like where we want to be, our goals, the nice big topics. And I do have like some more defined, goals myself, but I also like to see it as a direction. Whatever I'm doing, like how I'm with others, what I'm consuming, like, is this how I want to be in the world? And even if I don't know like the next steps, right, I'm just taking that one step at a time, but like, is that a step in a good direction? And am I happy with the kind of person that I think I am? And you don't have to see it the same way, but what I want to say is that all these things, right, then that I consume, who I talk to, who I spend my time with, that is all in that path. That is all forming that direction. So it's very much not nothing. And all these small things, like everything I've talked about, I want to say that it all matters because you matter. It matters how you feel. It matters how you see yourself. It matters, what you think about yourself. Do you feel good in your own body, right? All these things, they are so important. And it's so easy to discard all this, just like a small thing there, small thing here, but like it's the whole year of those small things. So if we want to be the healthy, more, authentic, whatever, happier, let's say, the more real, the real us, the us that are empowered and aware, right? Like all these wonderful adjectives that, I could be using now. What we consume, who we spend time with, all these things, then they go into that. So it's so not superficial. It's so important. And we don't need to wait till it's the end of the year and Spotify sends us, this report, and I'm going to say, oh, Jesus, what I've been consuming. Like, we can be conscious about it every day, of course. But end of the year kind of helps, I think. So that is my message for you today. I hope you take the time. I hope you, assess what you've been consuming. Maybe you need to adjust something. Maybe you need to be more honest with yourselves. Or maybe you're just really actually pleased with how you've been showing up and what you're putting into your precious, precious minds. Because we have to protect that energy. We have to protect those minds. Like, living more intentionally, like, that's what it is, right? That's a part of what it is. So I hope you take the time, take the moment today, think about it, and see if there are any changes you'd like to make, because obviously you have that agency. It all, so much in our lives, actually, it does depend on us. So I want you to feel that you have that control, and that, once again, it all matters because you matter, because it's very easy to think otherwise. I think we've all been there or seen people who really don't act like that and don't think that. And that is not the healthiest way to live. So yeah, from a small thing like your Spotify report or what TV show you've been watching, we can go very deep, really, and why not to do that? So thank you for listening. I hope that created some value in your life. I hope that mattered, and I'll see you soon.